What's up, everybody? We've got a good show today. We've got big news in Pete's family.
I'm still in shock.
Yeah.
Right now, it hadn't sunk in all the way.
Yeah.
But episode 12 of the podcast. But yeah, so I'm officially a granddad now. I ain't even seen a picture of him yet. It's just happened recently. Nobody really knows about it. There's only a couple people going to see this. It won't be on Facebook till tomorrow. So, but yeah, it's official.
Yeah, that's awesome. Congratulations, Grandpa.
I don't know how much you weighed or anything yet.
Oh man, I know. I can't. I guess they're having their little moment over there, which is good. They should. I'm sure they'll send you something soon.
They did a home birth with a midwife, and they give me some of the details, but about how it worked and stuff like that. But Tyler said it was. Oh, I'm using on that phone. He said it was the most amazing and craziest thing he's ever seen in his life. I don't know. When he told me that he was going to have a baby, one of the first things I told him was, I hope that. I said, once you have that baby, I said you would probably call your sister and go, you know what? Dad wasn't as much of an asshole as we thought he was. Tyler probably wouldn't say you were an asshole, but he's real more. He don't cuss.
Yeah.
But I did hear him say piss one day. I was like, it's weird.
Sounds weird coming out of his mouth.
But he'll call and be like, Dad wasn't wrong. All them times we thought he was wrong and being obnoxious or this or that, we might have been a little rough on him.
Yeah.
I think he's realized that. He'll have I hope he tells me. I know he does. I hope he tells me, Dad, look, man, I understand now.
Yeah. Hey, well, Ty, if you're out there, you and Eve, congratulations on that. And Pete's probably been emotional today. I'm not going to call him out too much.
No, what happened was when I got the text, there was some kind of allergen floating through the air or something. Nah, I did. I was just when I found out, because I've been waiting for days.
Yeah.
And after I got a little bit emotional. I'm sure I will when I meet him for the first time. I'll probably wait till in the morning to go see him, because they're, like I said, they're at the house. Yeah. But Eve had a long, rough night last night.
Yeah, I'm sure they did, man. That's super cool for them. I'm so happy for them. That's what they wanted in life, and they got to create it. So that's a big thing. Another big-headed moss to come to the world.
I told Tina. No, let's see. No, it was Uncle Jeff. I told him earlier. I said they're about to be a third one of us now.
That's right, another boy. That's wild, man.
Ty now, another version of us coming.
Yeah,
coming at you, world. Get ready.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That really is super cool.
Yeah,
dude.
It's been she's a couple days past her.
There it is. Okay. Bad signal. We were just talking about the internet stuff just just a little bit ago.
I don't think we're glitching or anything.
Yeah.
Somebody leave a comment. We have a few people in here. But yeah, so I have, I guess.
That's him saying he's trying to call you.
Oh, it's Ty's trying to call me. That's what it is.
Yeah. You got some congratulations there.
I'm going to call him back from another phone.
I'll thank you for him. Yeah. You got to call the new daddy?
Yeah.
No. He must still have his phone on thing. Anyways, while we're waiting for that, I'm sure y'all can still hear the chirping up there. We're still waiting for the $6 donation sponsor.
Oh, the smoke alarm went off.
Yeah. I think it's getting faster.
Okay, I'm texting him.
He's probably delirious. They've probably been up all night long.
Man, yeah, but adrenaline will kick in. He won't be able to sleep until tonight. They'll all go to sleep. All right, sorry about that.
That's all right.
So, yeah, but
whenever he was born, he's the older one. Alyssa, those are your two.
Yeah.
And so did your life change whenever you had him? Whenever you saw him for the first time, like what's Ty going through?
I'm sure, emotional. He's a softie. I'm just texting with him. Sorry, guys. It's just slow off the gate here, but yeah, it's been an interesting week. Some crazy stuff's happened. But yeah, the first things first. I'm super excited about being a grandpa. If somebody asks me like, what do I most look forward to? Oh man, like teaching him about this world.
Uh-oh, watch out, Coast.
Yeah, like giving him knowledge and stuff, like just how to deal with people and all that.
Yeah.
And being around for a long time, I definitely got to live to like 100 now. I got a grandkid. Chris don't really know much about the Judge, so I know you guys do. The song, like, even if you don't like it, it's a good song. Even if you don't like country music, the song, like, Grandpa, tell me about the good old days. Hey, well, Winona can sing it. Well, she really sings that really good. But, listen to that song, I would think about my grandparents. You can't help but think about your grandparents when you hear that song. And in like 4 or 5 years, they'd be singing that. So they could have that song. So I could have that song sung to me like, whew, man. Years go by really fast. Everything. That's what I will tell Ty when we have our first talk. Now that he's a dad, and I've told him this before, but I will remind him of how fast the years go by once you have kids. Then 20-year increments is just like boom, boom. We're almost finished with our second one. Ty's in his early 30s, so yeah, it goes quick. Life. So always keep your tell people around you, make sure that you care about, and make sure that they always know. You never know. I know I got somebody else I'm not even going to talk about this. That's probably about to lose somebody, and like you never know when it's your last day. So make sure people that you care about and stuff, make sure they know how you feel. Don't be afraid to tell them. It's fine. It's all good.
I love you. That's what you got to say. You tell them. Because you're right. You never know.
Well, even if it's somebody that you don't necessarily love, you're like, hey, man, you're all right.
Man, you can tell somebody you love them. You can look at your buddy and be like, hey, man, I love you, man. Yeah. Pete.
I'm going to be like, I know. Just tell you. Me and Chris had this conversation because he's in the dating world now, and
I am.
I've had to talk with him about the saying I love you, or if it gets said to you, what his responses should be.
What's love got to do with it?
That's a good one. Tina Turner. Or I told him to say, me too.
Oh, me too now.
When somebody says, I love you, but you know what, me too.
or
you could say, I know.
Oh.
Shh, I know. I know. Like, I don't know. That's just that's a really serious thing to say to somebody.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
That's not family. Like in a relationship.
Yeah.
To hit somebody off with that, like, I don't know, man. I think it gets thrown around too loosely sometimes. I've seen couples like, they don't even date. Like y'all don't love each other. They don't even know each other yet.
Yeah.
Like,
man, let me tell you that the dating world right now, people, oh my God. It's the weirdest thing having to date, like online dating. Like that's what people do. Before I was married, you went out and you met people, however you do it. But nowadays, man, it seems like if you just go up and try to meet random people, I mean,
I never would do that.
Man, it's not fun. In one sense, you have all this, like you have all the fish in the sea. You have so many options, but at the same time, so do all these people that you might like. They're like, well,
my biggest fear, probably the main reason more than any that I never would do an online like dating profile or anything like that. My biggest fear, honestly, because before me and Tina dated, I was single for several years.
You're running into an ex.
I didn't know, not ex. I did not want somebody to pop on YouTube or Facebook somewhere in Monkey Boo's comments and going, "I seen your dating profile."
Yeah.
I didn't want to run across a Boo fan, and like we were, over the years, I've got millions and millions. Like Boo's YouTube and Facebook together is probably pushing 2 billion views. So,
So some people
thanks.
seen you.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just that would be really awkward to me.
Hell, it's awkward for me, and I don't have any YouTube fame or anything like that. It's still weird, because you honestly you never know, man. You send a bunch of stuff.
It's not
out to
really
people.
like I look at the fame or it's not that. It's the bond I've made with these people. I don't know, like with the monkeys and what we do on here is a lot different. Like it's a lot more of me. It's still me on the monkey videos. It's just I've always strived to keep that kid family friendly. Where this is friendly. This is friendly.
That's right. I understand.
I always tell people if you're watching monkey videos, like if you're sure to watch my stuff, like we might talk about some stuff or say some stuff that you would not hear me say on a Monkey Boo video. But, I owe that to my brand that I built with Monkey Boo. But Monkey Boo said he'd help us out. Look, this is our jerseys for our Monkey Boo Crew softball team. Yeah. It's actually a draft team, but I'm in charge of it. So it's got a name and number on the back.
Obviously, number 1.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody else notices that. That's Moss, number 1.
Number 1 in your scorebook, number 1 in your heart.
So, anybody that's watching, if you're going to tell Pete, congratulations. He wants everybody to call him Big Daddy.
That's my grandpa name.
Instead of Grandpa. And his kids are not going to do it. I've heard both of them say. I've heard both of them say.
My daughter-in-law calls me Big Daddy every time I see her.
I know. I was here that one day.
Hey, Big Daddy.
Oh, God. Eve, don't. Just don't.
She's been doing it. She's like, that's kind of like, I had this on, and underneath it, I had a shirt that said Big Daddy on
it. Yeah, I remember. She said she's not calling you
Erica,
Big Daddy.
yes, you are. That's my older sister, Erica. She's your age, but she's my older sister.
All right.
She hurt my feelings earlier a little bit. When I told her I got a little bit emotional, she's like, "You cry?" like I'm Megan or somebody from The Walking Dead or something. Like, come on now. Like, yeah, I got that side, but I'm emotional too.
It don't come out often. That's right. This is a time whenever it's completely acceptable for you to get a little emotional. Your first grandkid, man. This is this is big stuff, man. This is gonna. I mean, I'm super pumped because Pete calls me every day. We chat. We're good friends, and I'm sure he's gonna go see this baby tomorrow. I'm gonna be catching a phone call right after. He's like, "Man, you ain't gonna believe how good looking this baby is."
Oh yeah. Somebody said they've never seen me get emotional.
I think so. Yeah, well, I've never seen you get emotional.
Well, Eric, somebody. I think I went off on somebody on TikTok one night. I don't know if she was in there or not, but I don't remember what they did. But yeah, I'm sure on there I've said some stuff. Like sometimes the dudes from Pakistan, we'll do a battle with them just because it's an easy win for us. And but they'll keep sending requests, and they can do that faster than I can disconnect them. And I'll be like, stop. I'll be like, I swear I'm going to call my Patel friends and tell them to come get y'all. You better stop.
Oh, man.
Those Pakistan dudes are a trip, man. Like, and they must have 2 phones or something, and they're looking at whoever, you can look to. And they'll be like, whoever your biggest gifter is, they'll be saying their name. Oh, come to my side. Come to my side. I'm like, man, mute. We just put them on mute. And I sit there and talk to them. And man, sometimes I don't do it all the time. I should probably do it more. Make viewers go. Like sometimes I'll talk to them, but I'll just be like, "Come in, I take a toya, mate," and they'll be like, "Where are you from?" And I'll be like, "Colombia, like South America." They're from Pakistan. They can't communicate with somebody from Colombia, so like it's no different than like I just have fun with. I'll tell people I'm from Australia, especially those dudes. I've told people that I live in Dubai a bunch of times. Where do you live? Dubai.
With your regular accent?
Oh yeah, straight face. Like I used to live in the United States. I live in Dubai now. I don't know. It's just man. I just don't take that. Like I have my people that are in there that I recognize the names and I see them.
Uh-huh.
And man, outside of that, like I don't know. I just don't really look at that platform as a place to network like that with those people. There's no benefit in networking with the dude in Pakistan for me. Yeah. So why not have fun? Like I'm not being mean.
I guess so. Yeah.
You know, like I'm not gonna be a jerk, but
yeah, you're having a good time,
man. Like oh my gosh, was I using a British accent? Where was I saying I was from? And it was these two dudes, and they were sitting there together. And I think they were in the United States. I'm almost for certain that they were. And they thought I was from somewhere else. And they were sitting there, and I said, "Is that your husband?" And they were like, "No." And I was like, "Hey, it's America. You never know." I was like, "You guys are kind of strange over there." They were like, no. But yeah, I started asking. I was like, because we were sitting there, we were doing a battle, so we got 5 minutes to kill. And sometimes I'll just put them on mute and play our music.
Yeah.
But we were talking to them. They were asking questions about the monkey, and I was like, "Is that your husband?"
So I got a buddy named Howie. He's a little younger than me. He's one of my really good friends. And we used to work at the soil testing firm. And they had a lot of turnover with their employees. So a bunch of people came in and out. And there was this guy that they hired that was British. And my buddy Howie at this particular time was kind of going through some mental things. And he's a little crazy anyways, man. So whenever he met this British guy, he just immediately started speaking in a British accent. And for months, he had this guy thinking that he was also British, but didn't speak the language, just had an accent.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like when you watch the Borat movie. Like, man, we talked like Borat for like 3 years. Nice.
Oh yeah,
man, we really did. Borat was a great movie. We forgot to talk about that when we were talking about movies. Borat is an all-timer, really. We did movies.
It wasn't on there at all.
Well, we talked about comedies. I'm surprised I forgot that movie.
Yeah, we're going to go back through and reduce a couple of those lists too, because we've thought about those.
Like,
there's other people that we should have put
the
on
top
there.
10 comedians. Like a couple people just got snubbed that shouldn't have.
Yeah,
Roseanne shouldn't have made the top 10.
Yeah, we were trying to be politically correct, and
no, we just want to have at least one woman on there.
Yeah,
but anyway,
there's others I can think of now.
Yeah, looking back, we could. Yeah.
Anyways,
try to appeal to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it. But man, I don't like that. We don't talk about politics stuff, and I don't think Chris is, nor myself is going to say we support one side or the other politically.
Nope.
Honestly, I'm more independent than anything. And anybody, the one tweet, Elon and Trump got it on yesterday. Like, I was like, this is not real. And I started looking at their actual verified accounts and stuff, and I was like, I can't believe what I'm reading. These dudes are like, wow, they are shredding each other. Man, the dancing and the have a nice day, DJT. I was like, damn, Elon is not playing. We've seen some really funny memes and stuff. But one thing that Elon did say, and if you guys have been watching me, if you watch Monkey Boo videos, I've said this before, that about the only thing I would normally say politically is, my problem in America is the sooner the 70 or 80% of us in the middle realize that we're the majority, we want safe schools, we want our kids to be safe, we want to feel safe when we go out places. Mm-hmm. We don't want to get worked over on our taxes, or, like, we all pretty much got the same common interest in the middle. That's right. And do away with these far right and far left people, man, we'd be a lot better off.
Probably so.
Oh yeah, but definitely. I mean, honestly, the last time I seen any kind of unified United States was right after 9/11.
Yeah, for sure.
We come together like that. But I don't even know, like, the way things are now, even something like that, I don't know if it unifies everybody as one. I just, like, it's a lot different. I mean, it's been 24 years ago. Times are different.
Yeah, people
it's really changed. Like, what do you guys think? Do you think it would unify?
That's a good question.
I mean, it really did. That's the last time everybody was like, "Oh yeah, we is one." Like, oh, y'all done messed up now.
I mean, I guess another time, people have started to come together, for big things. Those fires that tore through Los Angeles or wherever it was out there, or Malibu or whatever it was. People started coming together. You know what you didn't hear a lot of people coming together for was the North Carolina mountain floodings. You heard about the local people wanting to send
Man,
stuff
I've
in.
seen so many. I know a lot. I know people personally. A couple of people, big influencers that I'm friends with, did some stuff. Other people I know actually took a lot of stuff up there, and I heard conflicting stories about them being sent away with stuff. And,
I did too.
man, that was tragic up there. What did I say?
I don't know. They took it right off. Maybe they're gonna fix it.
Sorry about that. We're seeing comments come through, but yeah, but man, those dudes, like some of the tweets back and forth, and like talking about taking Elon's stuff away for his subsidies for government subsidies for SpaceX.
Yeah.
That took NASA's place.
Yeah.
Like Tina was like, well, she was like, well, whatever. He don't need. I was like, ain't nobody at NASA right now doing that. I said, who do you think takes the satellites and stuff up?
Yeah, SpaceX.
Yeah. I was like, they've been doing it for a minute.
Yeah, that's big time stuff, man.
I said, we need them satellites. She's like, I was like, man, weather, communications, telephone, internet. I was like, we need them satellites. Our phones, everything.
Tony, congrats.
Thank you.
Yeah. They are going at it though with the tweets. Elon put one out there. He said, "Time to drop the really big bomb," and it's at Donald Trump.
Don't say that name.
Okay.
Just say the list.
In the
you can't. This
all right. So yeah, the list of people. They said that Trump might be in the list of people, is what he said, and then he said, "Have a nice day." DJ
that was cold. I was like, wow. And man, and I seen this guy do a video talking about it, and he was really right. Like, if it's true, if you got something to say, like, I mean, the video I saw was grown women. Like, we knew that you was getting out with that dude. Whoever, you knew that that's what he was into.
Yeah.
Back in the day, he's been, around that lifestyle for a long time. Trump has. So, but I didn't see no young. In that video. But like that guy in that video said, if he's doing something wrong, do him like the rest of them people deserve. And I agree wholeheartedly with that.
Yeah.
But there's a chance just because you hung out with somebody like that, don't mean you did the other stuff, all this shady stuff. I'm just saying, hypothetically, if he didn't do anything, for Elon to put something like that out there. Bro, you got $1 trillion. I'm about to work you. I'm gonna even Ty pointed out yesterday, because 3 or 4 days ago, I told him I don't know what got us on subject. I was like, dude, Elon's got fuck you money. And he's like, I said, dude, he's got the kind of money, he can tell anybody, fuck you.
Oh, yeah. Do anybody.
Yeah. And then 3 days later, he's like, "Did you see that?" I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, "This is crazy." He goes, "You was right. He does have that." In Taiwan, he would not use the F word. He goes, "He really does have that kind of money."
Yeah.
And I was like, "What?" He goes, "Remember that?" I said, "Oh yeah." I said, "Yeah." No, but President of the United States is a very powerful position, which is also a fuck you position if you want to.
Yeah.
So. I'm kind of curious to see how this is going to play out. I heard they were supposed to do a phone call today.
Elon
and Trump were supposed to get on the phone together today.
Calm each other down some.
I don't know. That it got pretty freaking crucial, man. That was nasty. And it seems to me that Elon was critical of the big new bill. And you know what? I don't know if I probably don't. I haven't looked at it. But I can guarantee there's something in it that I wouldn't support.
Yeah.
I don't have to look at so the big beautiful bill, whatever it's called. I don't know.
I don't know.
I guarantee you, I can look at it and go, no, I don't like this. And there might be some stuff I'm like, oh yeah, absolutely, nope. Yep. Nope. Yep. Like it's just going to depend.
It sucks too is that they couldn't even find a way to get it to try to get a decision to where the American people are the ones that's voting for it because the system is so messed up. It's crazy, man. But
I don't know. I like it's it's funny and like I said, I'm not taking my side, but like I'm predicting something that in the third when we get in the last 18 months before the next election, and especially the last year, how the Republicans are in control of stuff right now, they're going to implode from the inside because unless they collectively go, we want this person to be the next president.
Yeah,
otherwise they're going to eat each other's souls because everybody wants that top spot.
Yeah,
and they're basically going to destroy themselves from within.
Yeah.
Like right now, everything's all kinte, or not kumbaya. I'm sorry, I didn't mean kumbaya, and everybody's getting along, but election time's rolling around, and you know it'll get here. Like whether you like president or my entire life, it's one thing I've learned all the way up to being a grandfather now is these 4 years shall pass too.
That's right.
Them 4 years always go by.
Yeah, we always make it through somehow.
That's the way I look at it. Like, and these 4 years shall pass too.
Yeah, you know, I know that Elon said something about that we need to have a different party. There needs to be a new party.
I've been saying that for years.
Yeah, I've been saying it for a little while too.
Like I said, anybody that's been watching me, if I've ever said anything political, that's what I said.
Yeah,
like.
Yeah,
basically, like all of us in the middle need to. Once we all get together, all the far left and the far right are screwed.
Yeah,
they really are.
There's a lot more of the ones in the middle than out there on the sides. So
I don't know.
Unity, come together.
I don't think I've got everything in order right now. But President Moss in 32.
Oh,
am I the one that brings all the people in the middle together?
What do you guys think about that?
I can get along with anybody. I dislike the people that shouldn't be disliked.
I bet you probably 2032. I bet you The Rock will probably run at some point.
No, he could. I think they've already asked him to.
I bet he could. If anybody could win, he could probably win. You know, as like a famous person that would run, because before Trump, which he was a famous person. Before him, who was the last like famous president? Was it like
Reagan?
Reagan, yeah.
And I don't know if anybody else come from that kind of background other than them two.
Yeah,
actually.
It's interesting. But
it sounds like I have an intruder in my house.
It does sound like there's an intruder down there.
I'm compelled to go look. Tina's not here. Unless that's her outside. We'll see. We'll get in there.
Well,
my phones are on Do Not Disturb, so. But yeah, that was so. Yeah, we went blank there. But what do you guys think about that? Like, man, I did tell Tina a while back that I said they're not gonna keep getting along. They're gonna have some kind of falling out. I didn't know it'd be like that though. But he canceled the Dragon rocket program. Said they was dismantling it. Elon did, and I guess that was gonna be the next thing to take stuff into space. But even on the UFO thing. In the top 10 people, I said I would like to sit down with Elon.
You did.
And because we don't need Wi-Fi on Mars right now. We don't need to worry about sending anybody to Mars. But I mean, I'm telling you, look it up, guys. There are a couple of asteroids out there, like March of 2029. Like, we need to bump them asteroids. Them asteroids are on a huge orbit. And if you just bump them a couple inches, that could literally mean millions of miles. And we need to bump it early and get the new trajectory on it. In case we need to bump it again, like we might go, we bumped it the wrong way.
Yeah, aren't they talking about that one that said that it's going to miss Earth but could possibly hit the moon?
Well, like it's changed a little bit, but they're saying that I forgot what the percentage was that it's going to go between the moon and Earth, And
That's wild.
but the last thing that I seen said there was more of a chance that it could hit the moon now. And man, that could be really bad for us. The tides, man, like
Get some tidal waves.
Yeah, like no, damn tidal, we drown. Like
So it's just gonna move the oceans altogether.
This planet is water. Like I know you see trees and grass and the woods out there. I promise you, this place is water. We don't live on a big rock. We live in a big round bowl of water.
Yeah, that's true. It's like 70% or something like that.
Yeah, like the water will always win. Like you cannot defeat water. Definitely not. That'll be like something like that. So yeah, like I think Elon. That's why I said if I could meet 10 people, like man, that my lunch or sit down and chat with Elon could save humanity. Like he's gonna be the one that sends his stuff up to do it, but it's my idea.
Okay.
Like, hey man, why don't you focus on this, that, and then even once you think you can do it, you can go to every government in the world and be like, you know, I'm Elon, and I have a satellite. I mean, I have a rocket. I can go up and take a nuclear payload. It can bump the asteroid, but you know, Elon's a trillionaire, right? He'd be talking about himself. But at that point, he third person himself, like Elon's a trillionaire, right? Elon wants to be a triple trillionaire. So y'all need to collectively, Russia, China, United States, Europe, the EU, United Nations, whoever, y'all need to come up with $2 trillion more for Elon. And Elon will bump that asteroid for you.
I'd love to hear him talk about himself like that.
Like, I'm just, I mean, think about it, like, what we're gonna be like? Nah, man, don't worry about it. If the scientists, you know, the astrologists, whatever they are, come out, astronomers, and said, astronomers. I apologize to the astronomers, but if they come out, and it's like, hey, man, this is for real. This is like the movies with where Samuel Jackson's president. Oh man, what's the name of that movie? Not Armageddon, but the other one, where they actually hit.
I can't.
But they're like, it's coming. The Wolf Biederman is coming. That's the name. That was the name of it in the movie. If it's like, man, and Elon's the one that's in control. You can tell, be like, yeah, I'll do it, but
I want the money.
I mean, what are we gonna say? No.
That's right.
If they go to everybody and be like, hey man, Elon hitting everybody off for 50%. Like a lot of people be like, man, fuck Elon. Well, really? Like you know, we're not gonna be here anymore.
That's right.
Like maybe he's not. I hope he's not a greedy, evil person like that.
What was that? Is that your doorbell?
Yeah.
Go check it out. I'll sit here. We've got a visitor of some sort. So y'all bear with us here for a minute. But how about Pete being a grandpa, y'all? That's something else. I know he's all super excited about it. I'm excited for him. I have no kids, so, you know, whenever somebody close has them, it's like, hey, that's all right. Maybe I'll get to hold a baby or something. That'd be real weird for me. There's a visitor down there. As we all can see, I'm not Pete. I can't sit here and just talk to myself. about nothing. And we all know, anybody that knows Pete knows that he can sit here and just talk to himself probably for 30 minutes. And I've seen him do it on his monkey videos where he's just sitting there just talking, just rambling about softball and about life. And here we are, 12 episodes deep, and we still don't have a 9-volt battery for the smoke detector, y'all. And we still don't have a name for the podcast either. We're looking for some help there. Just a quick sponsor. 2 9-volt batteries. That'll have us set for a while. It's a smoke detector. They'll last for at least a year or two, maybe even more. So, whenever y'all send it out, we'll give you a shout out. Then whenever who comes up with the name for the podcast, we'll get some shirts made and get Pete to send you one. All right, so Pete was not kidnapped. Here he comes. A random person over here.
Yeah. All right, we got rid of him.
All right. So.
I was like, man, really? We live out in the country, man. You ain't supposed to just come up in my house.
Well, all right. So, did you see Aaron Rodgers went over to the Steelers? You see him in his new jersey?
I haven't seen no picture or anything, but
man, he looks for some reason that yellow and black doesn't fit him, man. He looks old.
I did see a video of somebody burning their Steelers jersey because of it, and I was like, okay, he could still have a good year, and he probably better than Russell Wilson. We'll see, but why would you burn your jerseys?
Those things are like $80, dude.
I wouldn't burn none of my Dolphins jerseys. I might quit wearing them during the middle of the season. Once the Dolphins are mathematically eliminated, I put all my Dolphin stuff up every football season.
Yeah, it's awesome. Is it Boo that has that throws the Dolphins shirt off of him?
Yeah,
that's mad. A great video.
He was mad they lost that game. Yeah.
Yeah. Every matter of fact, whenever the Dolphins lose, it seems it's awfully funny that video just pops up every once in a while during football season.
We use it because it was classic. He wiped the floor with it and everything. It was a classic moment. Yeah,
but no, do you have a Tua jersey?
No.
Come on, man. That's your quarterback.
No. He's not my they ain't even my coach. I despise the Dolphins coach. He wears cargo pants. Mike McDaniels.
Capri. You mean
Capri pants? Yeah, I say cargo. Capri pants. Mike McDaniels. Look him up. I guarantee you, in Google Images, first picture comes up, he's wearing some pants there up around the middle of it. Like, dude, what are you wearing, man?
He's definitely not out there in a suit for sure. He's not. I don't think he's a bad coach, but either way. But the Aaron Rodgers thing, though, going to the Steelers.
Hey, you guys hear that in the background, right there, that deep, right there. That's Star. Do you hear that bark? If anybody ever was to sneak up on Monkey Boo Land without being invited or asked or anything, like some kind of weird person, if you get past that, you have been deemed dangerous and a threat. Whoever you believe it'll be with you.
Yeah, she's probably 60, 65 pounds or so at least.
She is super, super protective. But yeah, sorry about that, but can't be too, even Peanuts down there sounding off. We have I do have an alarm system.
Oh yeah.
I have a first line of defense and an alarm system.
Yeah.
They will let you know they hear everything.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about that.
Well, anyways, that's good stuff to have though. So we're gonna jump off to Trump and Elon.
Yeah, I get it. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out. See if they make a. If I was either one, I'm like, I ain't, like you shouldn't have said that. Like you shouldn't have said that. I just don't see how they. I don't know. I don't like they got pretty nasty at each other.
Well, let's talk about the comedy of it real quick because some of the memes that I've seen have been fantastic, man. I've seen like the things with Diddy on it, where he's creeping up behind somebody in the picture. I've seen the same kind of stuff with Trump and Elon, where Donald Trump's you just see his head like right behind Elon's shoulders from the back. Super, super funny stuff, man. And then I've seen the ones where it's like, Mom and Dad, y'all quit fighting. And it's like a family portrait. And it's, something from like the 70s, but it's Trump's face as the dad and Elon as the wife. It's silly, man. These billionaires or trillionaires or whatever they are arguing with each other is the dumbest shit in the world to me. And I don't even really understand why it's news. Why do we even have to hear it?
I mean, it went like immediately like 50 Cent level petty. Like he's the most petty person. He's been dogging Diddy out for years.
Who?
50 Cent has.
Oh yeah.
Other people like he must not have anything on him because he is the all-time best troll. Like sometimes it's fun to look at his Instagram account just to see how he's doing people. He's raw, man. He don't care. Like he will go after people.
Yeah.
Like really with Elon and Trump, you know who might win that in the public eye first? Whoever goes on Joe Rogan first. Like they hitting Joe. They bid like they might be bidding to be on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Oh yeah. You heard it here first. It's gonna be Elon. He's gonna be.
I think he's done it more than I know. He's been on there. I think he's done it more than once also. So he might. I imagine he's got the upper hand on that. But, like, I fully expect Joe Rogan to get to do a podcast with Elon or maybe even Trump again. Trump's the kind of person what was the deal with the taco thing?
I have no
idea. It was trending earlier in the week.
I have no idea.
And, I think he actually posted on it. I don't have True Social, but he posted on that, don't call him Taco or something like that. So I don't know. There was some kind of Taco Trump joke going around. I have no idea what it was about.
Y'all know about that?
Yeah, somebody tell me. I have to catch up on that or something but apparently he definitely made his feelings known about it, and I was like, dummy. Like there's a bunch of people somebody like him that you have a lot of people that don't like you, dude. And there's a name that bothers you. You don't tell them that it bothers you.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You just blow it off. Let it go, man. Now because it was like I said, it was Monday or Tuesday. I don't know. It's something early this week. So it was like the top trending thing.
So somebody called Trump Taco, as in he looks like a taco because he's the color of a tortilla shell. I'm guessing. I mean, that would make.
I don't know.
I mean, it would make sense. I would.
He's the color of a Cheeto.
Yeah, I mean, everybody calls him the Orange Man. But
somebody put this thing I seen on TikTok, and it would look like a post on True Social, and it was like, "Do not call me Orange Man, little hands." I don't know if it was real or not. I don't know if they photoshopped it.
I have seen.
I don't have it. I don't have but it was listing off a bunch of names that you were not allowed to call him, and I was just like,
"That is hilarious."
Bro, it kind of makes me want to call you that.
Just damn, hold on. The list.
God, that was freaking hilarious. Dude, go do your job, man. Get to work. Quit worrying about that shit.
I can find it.
That is too much.
Stop calling me names. Taco, Man Baby, Tiny Hands, Grifter in Chief, Don the Con, Don Old. Man, what? That is hilarious. So obviously we're not supposed to call him that. So.
Oh, the one I seen had more. It was
That was only a couple of them, man. I can't find I tried to look up the whole list.
I wonder if the rapper you've seen's got a YouTube channel.
Who?
That you seen the other night.
Oh my, y'all.
What was his name?
Man, so let me just explain first. I went to it. I live in this area close to Gastonia. And anyways, they have a local venue here. And shout out to them. I'll shout out the Rooster. It's a cool little place. You know, they have good local shows and stuff. But they also do an open mic over there.
I think Alyssa does her social media.
No, I think that she was going to. I don't think that she ended up doing. But anyways, so they have an open mic night, which I don't typically go to open mics too often as a musician. I just don't. But anyways, I went the other night, and there was this, there were a handful of people in there, and this young guy was there. He was, probably too young to be in a bar, but they let him in before, I guess, the hours he's not supposed to be there. And anyways, he's a young guy, got a bunch of high school friends with him. When it's time for him to start playing, a bunch of high school girls, 15-year-old, 16-year-old girls come in there. And there's probably 15 or 20 of them all cheering for this guy. So he gets on stage, getting ready to do his thing, and they were like, "Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here tonight for the first time at the Rooster, Little Shrimp Dick." And the little girls in there were all going crazy for this kid. He was a rapper, and man, it was tough. It was tough to sit through his set. As a musician, you always want to support everybody, even the ones that you don't like. But man, I tell you what, that may have hurt my feelings for going to any more open mics here in the near future. Again, his name, Lil Shrimp Dick.
Is that now?
No, that's him right there. Yep, he's the one with the yellow on. It's not good. He was rapping along with a track, which most rappers do, but it just wasn't good. And these kids are driving. Okay, I was about to say, man, are they driving? Because he's acting a fool.
It says official music video.
Yeah, it has it was put up about a month ago, and it has 82 views. So,
we can play. I ain't worried about that.
It's like a homemade music
video. Man, get to some music, man. What's the deal?
We're gonna keep going. These are like some little ghetto looking little Caucasian kids, and just acting a fool in their homemade video.
What are they doing? These are dorks, man.
There ain't no music to it. Uh-oh.
Oh, there's the music.
And now we making this song. No, you don't want to. Gay, do the thing if you a king. Twerk on my ass, but I don't know what that shit mean. I don't do no drugs, but for some penis, I'm a fiend. I did dropped an album, can't relate to Baby Keem. Hey, got a window with some glass. Spread that shit in shards and you put it in my ass. I'm a Fortnite player, I don't care about no grass. I'll be starting first, but when I come, I finish last. Hey, ain't got a strong ass finger. Parking dick inside your.
What's up with the kid in the chicken costume?
I don't know, dude. This is so strange. You ever seen Warak?
Warak?
Yeah. Oh, Warak's better than him, actually. I'm sorry, but Warak's. Oh my gosh, you ain't never seen him? I don't know if you guys have ever seen Warak.
That was horrible.
I think Warak is a town.
Okay.
I don't know where Midwest.
All right.
I'm guessing looks like maybe, but they do. It's these white dudes, and they act real like thuggy.
Uh-huh.
And they always start their video off. They use their phones. I guess they're reading the lyrics off their notepad on their phone.
Okay.
But at the beginning of their video, and I'm pretty sure they always say Warak in their thing. They're big enough. I wouldn't play their stuff. It might get struck, or claimed or whatever. But he always jumps off something. Like one of them, they're in the bathroom, and he jumps off the toilet. And he's like, "Whack in this bitch!" It's like, and my buddy Roger, I ain't talked to him in a while, but we were talking one day, and he's like, "Man," he said something, and he goes like Warak, and I was like, "You seen them?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, I said, "Man, I've seen a bunch of their videos." I said, "I don't understand it, man." I was like, "Is it supposed to be good? Like, are they because they?" It's so bad. There's no music. There's no music. It's all just a cappella rap.
What? Really?
Yeah, and it's bad, dude. It's terrible.
Oh man!
There's no they can't rap. First off, Warak.
All right.
Yeah, they're. That's what that kind of reminded me of a little bit.
I got a rap song that I did about my buddy Alex. You remember Alex?
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a rap song that I wrote about him. I'll have to play over here one day.
And they live in Mount Holly. Them kids.
I think they're Gastonia.
So there's a good chance that somebody that I know's kids might have to go to school with them.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. I saw one of the parents for I guess one of the little girls that was in there was up there, and she was all. I was like, oh my God, man! I was like,
their grandmother.
No. There was a grandparent there, 100%. But it was one of the girls' moms. Dude, there was like 15 little girls in there that was there for this kid, and. I mean, you saw.
Oh, there was a mom of one of the girls that was jamming to it too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the house. That's one of y'all's house. I want to go hang out on the weekends. It's going to put it out. I'm going to keep it real. 100 right there.
Yeah, whoever that girl was, the kids. If y'all
that's woman that was dancing, that's whose house y'all want to hang out on. If she was jamming to that, having a good time. Yeah. And hanging out with a bunch of teenagers too.
Oh yeah.
If I was a teenager, that's where I'd want to go hang out at.
Oh yeah.
But
coming, hey, what's up with your mom?
Times were different. Times were different then. I'm just saying. Well, nah, she'd be the one to be like, "You gonna go get us something to drink?"
Oh yeah, that's right. So I wanted to get on the. I wanted to talk about rappers. Who do you think's the best? Like of all, who's the GOAT when it comes to rap music for you? We'll switch it up here a little bit.
Tupac or Eminem.
Those are my two. But I think Eminem takes the cake. I think he might be better than Tupac. Probably because he was able to do it a little longer.
Tupac did a lot of music up to 20. Tupac did a few movies and everything, and wasn't but 25. So,
yeah.
But I've asked this before. If Tupac didn't. What happened to him didn't happen in '96. Is Eminem ever as big as he is?
Okay. Well, we have to.
Could they have existed?
We have to eliminate that question for this, because I think the same way, and there would be no Eminem without a Tupac. There'd be no Tupac without Grandmaster Funk or Grandmaster Flash or whatever his name was. So, but out of those two are probably. I think they're the best, and I think a close second. Is probably like Biggie and or like Ludacris. Those would be my top rappers.
Ludacris.
Even over the greats,
You can't take him. Like Ice Cube and Snoop Dogg's better than
him. I don't know, man. I like Luda. He had some good stuff. But we're gonna.
He was real repetitive.
Yeah, so he was kind of fast with the way he said stuff. He spoke with the beat, kind of. But
didn't he make everything rhyme with an R or something?
I don't know.
There was something about that. There was something about his music. It's like it made it all sound the same.
I don't know. I got you.
That's why
his flows are kind of similar, I guess.
Yeah, Like where all these other guys, like Eminem, man, he's got songs that he sings some, he raps some. Is like and a lot of people are like, of course, you me and him are pretty much like the same age.
Yeah.
Like we're only a few months apart, I think.
Really?
And
Let me see.
the
Marshall Mathers.
I'm gonna say that shit out loud.
Yeah.
But if you like, that's not, man. I grew up and I was listening to rap music before Eminem was ever thought of. Like, you gonna go back, man. One of the best rappers, Too Short, back in the day.
It's good.
I mean, I can do lyrics from Too Short songs from like that one song where he's talking about where he's in his drop top caddy in 1987 getting sucked by a bitch named Haley. What's he talking about? 1987. He's getting blown by a girl named Haley. Haley's Comet, man.
Oh, Haley's Comet. All right.
Like,
87, I guess.
yeah,
I guess
he
so.
made
Yeah.
reference, yeah, he made that year. He did a rap song. He made reference to Haley's Comet.
Yeah, yeah. So, Slim, what month were you born?
February.
Yeah, you're a little older than him. Same year though. And his birthday is the same as my brother's.
Really?
Yep, October 17th.
That's almost Boo's birthday.
Yeah.
So we're the same age, pretty much.
Yeah. Yep. Pretty much. So, but I think that I went on a little tangent here recently, listening to old Slim Shady, listening to a lot of his stuff, some of his compilations with other people, and man, he's good, and I think he makes everybody that he does music with, I think he makes them better. I think he's one of those guys. And,
well, Lil Wayne talked about like because they did a song together, like you got to bring your game up when you on your album with somebody like that, they make you look bad.
Yeah.
You know, he said, I'm Lil Wayne, I ain't getting showed up by nobody. So he brought it too. It was an equal mutual respect kind of thing, but
yeah.
I swear, who was I seen when Akon and Eminem did that "Smack That All on the Floor" song together? I know you've heard it, but anyway, he said that Eminem would show up at 9 o'clock at the studio at like 12 o'clock, be like, just get up and leave and go to lunch for an hour and come back. 5 o'clock he'd leave, and they were doing that song, and after a couple of days he's like, hey man, like, and he's like, man, that's what I do. He goes, this is my job. He goes, I work from 9 to 5.
Yeah.
He goes, and he was real, you know, all artists, but I think Eminem spends a lot more time than just 9 to 5. He's written, you know, he writes his own stuff, and
yeah.
that's, you know,
whenever he's sitting at the house, you know, smoking his doobie or whatever, he has his pen and pad next to him probably all the time, because I bet he's one of those guys that, you know, he could probably just flow to any music at all. Doesn't matter what it is, just the beat, and that's what he goes by. So I bet he does write all the time. I wanna see him in my head as just like that movie 8 Mile, you know, where he's 100% always doing it. But I bet it's not like that now. You know, I'm sure he's slowed
he's got
down.
such a catalog of stuff, I'm sure too.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff he wrote 15 years ago, break it out and change the words around to fit today. You know, the way, because times have changed.
That's true. Yeah, he's still with it though.
But yeah, like in hip hop, like rap, there's a lot of really, really good ones, but better than him, I can't really. It's hard. Like I said, if there is one, it's Tupac.
Yeah.
If there is one.
You know, and I'm a huge Tupac fan. He's my favorite, but Biggie is up there on my list too. And I think that if Biggie was able to get out of Bad Boy Records and do work with Death Row, I think that Biggie would have been bigger than what he was. If he would have had some better beats, man. Because, I mean, Bad Boy had some good stuff, and his popular songs.
If you don't want your producer dancing in your videos and singing on the background, and I remember Suge put him on blast at the BET Awards.
Dude, so in one of those
somewhere.
Biggie songs, he was Puffy back then. Came on and he was yeah, you tell your friends to get with my friends, and then we can all be friends. And then he says,
Yeah, I know
he's
the
all,
exact song.
He's a, is that a, you like that?
We
That
can
all
do
right
this
with
every-
you?
We can do this every weekend.
Yeah, we can do this every weekend. That's all right with you? Huh? You know, all I could see is just him covered in baby oil.
Oh man, see, I won't listen to it. I forgot about that song. I won't listen to his music now.
I know.
That's like I need to know who else is involved.
I know. It's crazy.
Like I won't like I don't even like to see people come out politically. Honestly, actors or musicians or anything like. No, none of them people are going to change how I feel about things.
Yeah.
I don't care who they support.
Oh yeah.
It's not going to affect my view of it. I
Yeah.
assure you. I don't need them to tell me who to vote for or pull or which side to be on or not.
Yeah. I don't either.
I don't. But that's one thing that a lot of the artists do. Like that's why like. Sometimes some of those people make me not want to even mess with their stuff anymore, watch their movies or whatever it may be, whoever. And I'm not saying for one side or the other, really. It's just like, I don't give a shit about your political views. Shut up. Go make a movie.
Man,
Go make a TV show.
In life in general, man, I don't give a shit about people's political views. I don't care, you know. Go vote for whoever the hell you
It's
want to
sad
vote
that
for.
people get mad at each other about it that don't, like.
What happened when it, what
I got
happened
friends,
to
I
people?
promise you, I have got friends that are, I don't have no friends that are extreme one way or the other. I will say that. Nobody, but I have friends that are left, I have friends that are right. And I get along the same with both of them, honestly.
Oh yeah, and they're both about the same crazy too. You know, all of them, everybody.
Yeah, they're all going to say something that I completely either if they're on one side or the other and they're talking, they're going to say something that I disagree with, but I don't argue with them. I don't even tell them like we're just going to agree to disagree. Like most people, I don't even discuss politics with.
Yeah, I don't either, man. You know, especially any kind of friends, and even if the friends think the same, you know, the same kind of way, I still don't talk about that stuff, man. You know, whatever you want to do, it's fine by me. I don't care.
Man,
but you know, don't be mad at me if I think something different.
I couldn't tell you if I was, but maybe the reason I don't talk about stuff like that at all because maybe I'm part of the Illuminati and I already know. I already know.
So I'm part of the people that make the rules. So what difference does it make for me?
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be all right if it was like that.
Yeah.
But then everybody'd be after you. They'd be like, oh man, that Pete, he's the one making all the rules and this place is all messed up and it's Pete's fault.
My rules will be all right.
Think so?
As long as you didn't steal or especially hurt kids. So you wouldn't want to live in a world and be a person that hurts children with me calling the shots or being in charge. You would not want to live in that world. Like I ain't got no compassion for those people.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a way to fix that. We can fix that. There's a bunch of different ways we can fix that. I promise.
Man.
That won't happen anymore.
How come people like us, like, you know, just with you saying that, you know, like people that, I can't say that. Never mind. Train of thought gone on that one. I couldn't say what I wanted to say. So
What was it? I can say it.
no, it's the word that starts with R.
Oh, yeah. You guys know it, like sexual essay.
Yeah, so for stuff like that happens, all they would have to do to one man is, you know, you're guilty, no more. You're a eunuch from now on. It's gone. They do that to one man, and I would almost guarantee you that stuff would stop. I mean,
Okay. And I would never like stand up for anybody that did that. I mean, any guy.
sure.
But I promise you, there's some crazy women out there. Is that called crying wolf or whatever?
I guess so.
That might lie. Like,
I mean, I guess so.
you know.
That wouldn't be good. So.
Well, I mean, no, it's just, if they did it, if they done something like that, it's just maybe worse than that.
Yeah.
But, you know, like remove it and they'd be like, I'm hurting and I'm really hungry. Be like, well, you got something to eat.
Ooh.
You want to stay alive? Eat it.
Oh.
I'm on a different level like that, Chris. I think outside the box.
Yeah, you thought outside of something there.
Yeah. Like, oh, are you hungry? You want me here? Here's your hot plate. Warm that bitch up. Make it sizzle, and then before you get it,
Oh
get it
God,
cooked
that's
for you.
horrible, dude.
Freaking. Well, they deserve it. They're bad people.
I mean, I definitely.
But
agree.
yeah, like we got to have a way of knowing for sure. But yeah, definitely those people. It should be a harsh world for them people. And when they get caught, it is. Man, them dudes in jail, man, they got rough.
They do as they should,
they
should. You know, anybody that does stuff like that, I ain't a place for you.
I mean,
not here.
I have to believe it was bad. I know Jared, who was the Subway guy. It's probably about time for him to get when.
He's probably been in there 10 years.
He's getting close to being paroled, but I'd imagine, he was a Subway guy. I'd imagine he's had a couple footlongs over the last few years.
He's probably had a few in there.
He's had his share of footlongs.
Yeah,
good for him.
Good for him.
Because he got caught. He was like, it was kids, little boys, teenagers. Like, man, nasty. Man, and I don't know if it's just Gen X people. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just the way I was brought up. Maybe it's just the way I think. But when I was 13, 14, was there a man capable of doing something like that to me? Oh, yeah. But that, don't tell anybody, or I'll do this, or I'll do that, or like if I can't do something myself, you take to fucking bank, I'm telling. Immediately, it's your ass. I said, I know me as a kid.
I am telling.
One of my dad's friends one time, I was like 12. I was about 12 years old. Maybe I couldn't have been no more than 13, if that. In between there, late 12, and he was at our house in Florida. He was from up here, and my mom and dad were gone that morning, and my uncle was there too. But my uncle was real laid back, real complacent guy, and he just let it go. And I was being a little bit antagonistic, but man, this dude at noon was like a half a bottle of Cuervo, some kind of tequila. And I was playing basketball. Man, I was the only white kid on my basketball team. I could ball when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
I was good. I could dribble and trim my legs.
Oh, yeah.
So he come out there and was trying to play me in basketball, and I was like bouncing it off his head. I was doing it like the Globetrotters, taking the ball behind my back, and he started getting real physical with me. He was being racist about it. You hang out with your little friends and something. Like, man, what? I was like, man, you a punk. And so it got, like I said, it got pretty physical. And I thought my uncle was going to say something. He's a lot bigger than him, but he never did. And he did something that kind of hurt my rib. I remember it hurt my rib a little bit. I was like, So I was like, I went in the house, called my mom's friend and her husband. They lived like a mile and a half away. I was like, hey, man, Dean's over here. He's been drinking this damn tequila. The damn bottle's about gone. Mom and dad ain't here. Like, you need to bring Ronnie over here. Like, he's trying to jump on me. I was like, and that's when the little... That other side of me kicked in because I knew I had backup on the way. Because she was like, "We'll be there in a minute." She was hot, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, "He pushed me down." I was like, "He pushed me down." Are you damn right? I went out, picked up the basketball, and started dribbling. I said, "Let's play some more basketball, bitch." I'm 12, and he's like, I said, "Come on out here." I said, "I'm gonna tell you right now." I said, "I'm gonna dribble around, make you look dumb." I said, "I'm gonna go to the basket." I said, "Put that shoulder into me again." I told him, I said, "I'm going to F you up." Promise. And bounced it off his head, boom, shoulder smashed me. Man, fell down in the grass there. We was always outside playing some kind of stuff. But a wooden Spalding tennis racket laying in the grass. This dude, grown man, I was 12 years old. I picked it up while I was mad, and I knew had backup coming. And my uncle was sitting over there, and he started laughing at me. It looked like Billy Bear from, I don't know if you ever seen the movie 48 Hours.
Oh, yeah.
He looked like the Billy Bear dude when right before he had the knife, and he was laughing at Eddie Murphy. He's like, he just shot.
Yeah.
But so he was standing there, and I picked it up, and I was like, and I kind of took a couple steps toward him. I had it right there, and And he just started laughing at me. He went, "What are you?" And that's about as far as he got. And, I laid his nose across the side of his face, and like there wasn't nothing left of the tennis racket. And my mom's friend and her husband come pulling up, and he pulled me off of him, and I stabbed him in the back with the handle of the racket because when. I guess Ronnie, my mom's friend's husband, when he pulled me off, I guess he told her, because he got close enough, he could hear what I was saying. Because a couple days later, I was over there, and she's like, "Are you okay from there?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine. And she's like, she asked, "Can I ask you something?" She's like, this ain't the word she used with it. "Was you really going to unalive him?" And I was like, "Or at least paralyze him."
No, I was going to try.
Because, man, all I had left was the handle and a splinter of the shank coming off of it.
You was gonna shank him.
I was back shot. He balled up. I flipped, man.
Good, crazy 12-year-old.
I don't like alcohol. I never liked alcoholics, and like it is, and then you knew my dad, and after that, when he got put to sleep by Grace. Alcohol. And when he come down, people's dream, come to Florida and start a new life, whatever. Mm-hmm. And I've seen so many people try to do that and fail.
Oh yeah, it's typical.
But they knew each other and had been friends or whatever before, and I guess he laid out one of the rules was don't mess with me, he give him some rules and said I'll give you a chance, we're friends. Broke the shit out them rules, and boy, he paid the price. The clubhouse, I won't say the name, but y'all, the guy back like come back up here and told everybody that he got jumped at the bus station by a bunch of dudes.
Yep, by a bunch of dudes.
Oh, you better believe when we come up here and they was like, "Oh man, did you see what happened to him?" And he's like, "Ain't what happened to him. Like my son David did that." Oh, he got clowned real bad.
That's hilarious, man.
Yeah.
That's what happens whenever people get drunk and start acting stupid, though.
Man, hey, guys, from an early age, I didn't live in the roughest place, but because where I would go to basketball practice at and stuff, like I was taught at an early age, if you don't stand up for yourself, people will run over you. So, like, a lot of people would be like, "Oh my gosh, that was out to get trouble." Man, that dude was drunk and was trying to hurt me. And the average 12-year-old probably wouldn't even thought to do what I did, but man, maybe I was just different. And I don't know, I was mad. Plus, that dude had stole some money from me too.
Yeah.
Because I tried to call him out on it. It's like, "No, he didn't take it." I was like, "No, he did." I was like, "Who else would have took it?" I was like, "Did y'all take it?"
Yeah, you got that mental thing already. It was already in there.
That dude, and man, the only thing I had to pay for when I was a kid was my bike racing on Friday night. Because my parents drove me all over the state for basketball, football, baseball, swimming, whatever I was doing. But the bike racing, I was out of my pocket. And out of my allowance or whatever money I had. And the dude stole my bike racing money, man.
Yeah, that would have made me upset too.
I'm going to take the tennis racket to you now. Like I said, remember I was telling you guys the Mafia, about to go back as an episode or two back where I was talking about the experience with the Mafia guys. I told you there was a moment during that them dudes kind of looked at each other like, "You kind of like us a little bit."
So there it is. I had a crazy uncle one time that he was on all kind of different stuff, and he was drunk one night, and I was living with my grandparents at that time, and he got upset and started chasing me around the kitchen table. And man, when I was young, I was an athletic person, man. I was one of the fastest kids at my school. And man, I was juking back and forth around the table, and he was drunk and falling over, and I ended up just taking off and running out the house. But I told my brother about it, and I don't remember. I'm pretty sure my brother had some words with him. They didn't fight or anything like that, though. Yeah.
Did your brother ever give you a whooping?
I don't know if he ever gave me a whooping. Now, me and him have fought several times.
I do that as grown-ups, but he ever get you at a belt done?
I don't think so, man.
Oh, that'd be funny. I'd love to hear that story.
Now, I got a little nephew. Whenever he was a little kid, I remember being at the park. We lived in Washington State in some Navy housing, and they had a little park over there. And I remember taking him to the park, and he was being a little ass that day, man. He wouldn't listen to nothing, and so I bent him over my leg, and I slapped my own leg, and just to put a little fear in him. And man, he started crying like I killed him, dude. he was all.
I don't know. It seemed like, man, me and Squaw are 10 years apart, but.
Okay.
So I would have been older. I was pretty rational thinking it, even at 30, like for real. But I remember her going to the store.
Who was mama?
Yeah, and it's like 2 minutes from the house. She could be gone like total 4.5 minutes. And I'm like, and I remember asking her, like, do you want me to whoop them if they get out of line? Like, I definitely probably spanked Squall when he was little.
Oh my God.
But I was like 12 and he was like 2. I probably popped him. Like, I just want to. Like,
I'm gonna ask him.
He would deny it or say you don't remember, but I definitely did. I definitely did. I'm pretty sure. I know that's messed up. I didn't hurt him. I mean, he was my cousins. I care. You know me how I am my family. I wouldn't. But like,
if they get out of line, do you want me to whoop?
Yeah, I remember following her. And I was like, hey. She's like. Oh, I don't think it's gonna be anything that bad. I'm gonna be gone like a minute. I was like, if they do something, if they set the house on fire, you can.
I can only imagine what kind of little hellion you were at 12 and 13, man. Just knowing you now.
Man, I was like, I had that side to me, but I knew how to keep from getting in trouble.
No, of course you did.
I was smooth about it. Like,
have you ever been to jail? Oh yeah, you have. You've been one time for sure because that guy said that you was the most miserable looking person in jail that he'd ever seen.
Man, it's some bullshit. I had my paperwork. I got picked up for failure to appear. It was a traffic thing. I went to court.
Was that whenever the Explorer? Was that?
Oh man, I don't remember. It was some bullcrap, man. Cause I showed the dude. They come out on Sunday and pick me up for a failure to appear.
On Sunday.
And I was like, dude, here's where I went and paid my thing when I was in court, my fine. I was like, here's a receipt. I said, look at the date. He said, bring it with you. And I showed it to the magistrate, and he's like, well, Monday when we'll get it straight. I was like, Monday? I was like, that's tomorrow.
Y'all want me to stay here?
I was like, oh, I was so mad. I got a good lawyer friend, very powerful attorney around here. I called him, was like, bro, I was like, I'm suing him. I was like, I was in court. I was like, I didn't do anything wrong. I said, and they held me. I said, they wouldn't even, I said it was a minor thing. They hit me with a cash compliance. I was like, the banks was closed. I said, a bondsman ain't touch. I got done dirty.
And they wouldn't let you sue though, would they? The lawyer?
He told me that it wouldn't be a good idea.
Man.
But I played a lot of cards and stuff. I knew people, and he's not anymore. There was a DA that, man, he was dirty. I don't give a shit. He can watch. I don't care if he sees it now or not. He's old and done. He's dirty, shady, and was letting people get away with do some stuff where they was making a lot of money with gambling stuff, and he was getting greased, man. It is what it is. Well, one of them was one of his real tight buddies. There was two of them. Was like bullying a game one night because their freaking pockets are. It's like playing with Elon. You know what I'm saying? Their pockets are deep.
Yeah.
And it's like there's no skill in that. You just buying the table,
yeah,
bullying the table. And honestly, it was probably because you know me. I could play. I'm the best poker player in the world. I just couldn't catch the cards to bust them with.
Yeah.
And I finally I called him out. I was like, man, when you got unlimited money and like because you're in bed with him and.
At the game, you called him out.
I'd right there in front of everybody, and man, and the thing about it was there was some people around in this. This was not a small poker game, but I know everybody sitting there was like, he right, but nobody had the balls to say it. I do. I said I don't know, like I did.
Hey, well, the hell with that person. Shady is shady. Doesn't matter what profession they are. If you're shady, you're shady. And chances are, if you're shady like that, I probably don't like you anyways. So,
yeah, man, I've seen some funny stuff at some card games a few times. I was at a big game up in Shelby, North Carolina. Cash game, big money sitting at the table, and these two dudes got to arguing. And I think they knew each other. I think most of them guys kind of knew each other.
Oh, yeah.
And I know there was some old, like, country farmer dudes that was rich. But they didn't look like it. It looked like they'd been working in the field all day. But
They probably were.
yeah, they trust me, they had a roll in their pocket.
Yeah.
And they probably had a little pew-pew on them. Well, them dudes got to arguing. And the one dude, he's a little bit kind of an older, bigger guy. And the other guy said, man, I ain't listening to this. I'm going to leave. And the other dude, the bigger guy, was like, you ain't going nowhere. Ain't nobody leaving. And I didn't say nothing. I'm just like, I'm kind of looking at everybody like, am I the only one offended right now? Or what? Besides, like, he's talking to him, but he said no. And he said, back to the other dude, he said something else. He said, ESOB. He's like, I got my pew-pew in the car. I'll go get it right now. And I was like, whoa.
So I am leaving.
Shit just got real. And he said, ain't nobody getting up. I'll get up right now and go get it. And I sit there. I let a few seconds go by. They went back and forth a couple times, and I couldn't help it anymore. Like, I needed to know. And so I was like, hey, man, did you say you had your pew-pew in the car? And he goes, damn right. I'll go get it, too. And I was like, it's in your car. And he's like, yeah. And I was like, man, if you get up out of that chair, I'm going to break both your legs. And I said, I don't know why the fuck ain't nobody else here saying that to you, but if that thing's in the car, you fucked.
Yeah, you ain't going nowhere.
You ain't gonna make it out.
So like, you were the one that ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, I said, I'm about to cash out. I said, this shit just got too crazy for me. I said, as you can see, I can eliminate crazy. I said, so you stand up. I said, I promise I will break both your legs. I said, while you're standing up, I'm going to snap the first one, and while you're on the ground, I'm going to break the other one. I said, if you think I'm playing around, try me.
And that's a classic Pete move. I'm going after the knees. That's a classic Pete move. So,
well, I mean, he done took it, like, we wasn't no sense of standing there having a gentleman's, like, we wasn't standing there like Jack Dempsey's picture from the encyclopedia, bro. Like, nah, man, you done brought weapons into this. Like, no, like I said, that woman called me, and she even had a dude that was his job to not let anything like that happen. Young, big old, swole up dude. All he did was he stood there on the damn wall the whole time. He didn't say what. And I was looking at all them dudes like a bunch of country boys here, man. Like,
y'all gonna let him go out to the car?
Yeah, like nobody, I couldn't help it. Every game I went to for a while after it was like, man, we heard it, like. And that woman called the next day and offered me that dude's job. I was like, no, man, I got kids and stuff, man. I was like, when I get a chance to come to the games, I come. But yeah. I said, I hate that I had to blow up on an old dude like that. I said, but man, I got kids and shit at home. I said, there ain't no sense in somebody acting like that.
That's right. That's right. You're grown men in
she
here.
She goes, oh no, thank you. But yeah, like I was, that all the card games I heard a lot of the same people play. They all talked about it. It's like, man, that dude's freaking. He a whole nother, he's a different animal.
I mean, you could have picked up on that and started going, and whenever you come in, you'd be like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take 25% of whatever the house is bringing in tonight just to make sure. I'm going to play my game, but everybody already knows. We don't want nothing crazy going on here because Pete's over here, so 25% from the house.
Nah. Man, me and Chris's brother had a game at our house, and just because it was me and him, one time we almost had a little altercation. It was my little neighbor that lived next door. And Chris' brother he was about 245 probably. Probably big 6'3", he about 6'3". He a big boy.
Yeah.
He had a lot of man right there.
Yeah.
And my neighbor Chris was like 5'5" and a buck 60, and he'd been drinking Crown or something all night. And he's standing outside going, I think I'm gonna give all Pac a try. And I was like, and next thing you know, Pac done come out of his shirt. Your brother done come out of his shirt, and he's like, and I was like,
oh my God,
stop! I was like, have you lost your mind? I was like, we're all gonna go to jail. I was like, we got a card game going on in the garage. There's chips and cash and like who knows what else? Like, please, I was like, y'all got it. And
my brother has no temper at all. So.
Hey, and the next day he actually come over and we walked over and he was gonna apologize to him for whatever set it off. And he went and he heard us. He was upstairs. His windows open. He seen his wife down there. So he's watching football right now. He don't want to talk. And we was like, bitch, We
Man.
said it's out through his window, so he did. Man. Like, we tried, and I didn't have much to do with him after that.
Yeah, I bet not.
No, man, he's he's gonna be like that.
Parker's gonna go out there and put his belly all on that guy.
Oh, he would have got, man. It would have been bad.
It really
would have.
Hey, my brother can hit. He can hit. I don't
Crazy times.
Yeah, so I done been there and been through all that.
Man, I got a grandson. I avoid all. Like, I grew up a long time ago as far as stuff like that. Like, I can go there if I have to, but like at all costs, I try not to.
Yeah, I don't like to get upset like that. I will try everything possible to not get upset like that about anything.
I had a neighbor like 3 months ago that said at least 3 things to me. That the only reason I didn't, after I couldn't wait a couple of days and go like, hey, you said this and then, but the only reason I didn't, like, for real, he said some things you don't say to another man.
All right.
And the reason I didn't, because the county where we live at does not have a 24-hour magistrate. And I had to sit at the county jail until Monday morning. I was like, it was like 9 o'clock on Saturday morning. No, I'm not going. I'm like, hell no.
So you had to just sit and stew, just mad.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't even go let out the frustration.
Nah, I was fine. Like, I felt, I was looking at him going, dude, just sick of end well for you, man. Like, you need to shut up.
Yeah.
Like, but like I said, the whole time I was like, I'm going to win magnificently. It's going to be real bad on him, and I know where I'm going for the rest of the weekend.
Yeah.
You can't bail out. They ain't gonna, like, I just don't think they'd come out here and wrote me a ticket and be like, you need to be in court.
No. You have an altercation, they're going to take you away, and on the weekend, that's a bad idea.
Yeah.
I mean, even here, you can't get out on the weekends. I mean, I guess you might be able to on your
in North Carolina you can.
Yeah, your bondsman, I guess.
In North Carolina you can. But no, you know how like over there in North Carolina where you live at, you can get out if you make bond, you can get out 3 o'clock in the morning.
Huh.
Down here in South Carolina, in most counties, from 5 o'clock Friday afternoon till 9 o'clock Monday morning, if you go into the jail, you ain't coming out till sometime on Monday.
God.
Like, hell no, I ain't doing it.
So stay out of trouble in South Carolina.
Like, if I've done something that I'm end up in there on the weekend, I went off.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
No, I don't do nothing like that anymore though. I try to stay calm. I will. My daddy always told me, like, if you just walk away, you are the stronger man. And it took me a little while to understand that, but probably around my 20s or so, late 20s, I started to realize that, and I was like, best thing for me to do is to just leave, and you won't have any problems. If you're not there can't be no problems. So there's a good lesson for all you.
I don't like drunk people. That's why you never see me at a bar.
Yeah, I can imagine that the drunk people probably get on your nerves whenever you go somewhere. I got a buddy of mine that whenever we go to shows and stuff, he gets really weird about drunk people too. And I'm like, man, we're at a show and that's just a part of it. You got to deal with those people. Is he don't like people coming and getting in his face and talking to him and stuff. And I'm like, man,
best way for me to deal with a bunch of drunk people, turn the music off, give me a microphone, put me on stage, and let me talk shit.
Now, there you go. At least they'll laugh at you.
I can work the crowd.
Yeah. Well,
telling some dude, this girl was twerking around the bar, like, she knew how to do that way before she met you, along with everything else y'all do.
Yeah. Yeah.
The truth teller. A lot of my comedy is like when something like that is I tell the truth.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you the truth about some stuff. It might be somebody particularly in the audience that I'm going to tell them some truth about their life, and it's going to hurt a little bit. But everybody's going to have a laugh, and we're not laughing at you, we're laughing with you.
Yeah.
I'm laughing at you, but everybody else is laughing with you.
That would be, we talked about doing it on here, the Pete's Poetry Corner.
Yeah. Yeah, I was actually, my grandson coming this morning kind of threw me off that. So you guys know, and if you guys like it, I'll do it more. I'll have one ready for Monday, for sure. But it's, have you ever seen like college coffee house poetry night?
Oh, yeah.
It's like at a coffee house where those dudes go in there, and the way they do that, I think that I could go there completely before we go in, and like I'm up to the challenge if we find one. I don't want to go to the gas station, but I'd take me to Spartanburg, somewhere like that.
No, somewhere where nobody's gonna know you.
Yeah, we'll go to Sparkle City or somewhere like that. But there's several colleges in there. Let's go to a coffee shop where they're doing poetry night. I'm going in there fully making fun of those people and how they doing stuff. But I promise you, when I get done with my poem up there, and I might just talk about a day with the monkeys. I got up. I got the monkeys bananas. I had to feed the monkeys. But there's a way that they pitch it and the way they do it in like a poetry form, and they're yelling some of it, they're talking some of it.
Yeah.
You gotta be
in character.
Yeah, you gotta put yourself out there with it. Really, you gotta be in your mode.
Yeah.
But I believe I could go there, being comical amongst us, have everybody there go, oh my God, that was amazing, and I promise get a standing ovation.
And would have offended everybody without them even knowing.
Yeah, like I'm completely making fun. Like when they go home and look me up on YouTube, they're gonna be like, he's an asshole. He coming out. I thought he was a good poet.
We'll have to.
He told a story about his monkeys and this and that, and and he even said, if you watch the video before you come in, he said, I'm going to make fun of hipsters tonight.
There's a couple of coffee shops around. I'm sure there's some over in Spartanburg somewhere. We'll have to go one night and get a good clip of you in there talking some shit in poetry to people.
Yeah, we talked about going to the zoo, which the Holly Wild is closed down right now. I don't know what happened to them. That's
really
but there's that one up in Denver. I don't know what all they got up there. Something Circle K Ranch or something. It's called.
Yeah.
And then Albemarle, but that'd be a long. That's like a day trip. That'd be a long podcast.
Yeah.
Unless we just went live while we were there.
Yeah. That's probably what we'd have to do.
That would be cool. Just to go see some animals. And we're going to do an episode coming up in a couple weeks on it. I'm definitely going to have some statements from some other people, but and it's not really just about monkeys, but about exotic pets in general. There's I can speak on it. And so we can do an episode about it, talk about it. He's been around, seen some of the stuff, and he watches the internet and stuff too, and he knows a lot of the stuff that I deal with. He's damn sure heard me complain about stuff on the internet side of it. But we're gonna do an episode about the exotic animal stuff. I think it'll be really fun. A lot of people who own exotic animals might be surprised at my opinions on it. Honestly, I think a lot of people would, but
that'd be interesting.
I do have my perspective, and I've Monkey Boo's 15 years old, almost 16. I'm in my 16th year. So actually, if you take my three monkeys' ages and add it together, 15, 9, and 6, 15, and 30. I got like 30 years experience.
Yeah, say about 30.
With my three monkeys. And that's not counting all the other ones I've worked with too.
Yeah.
Been around.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I got a fun weekend. You got anything exciting?
Well, I went out and saw the Disco Biscuits last night concert. It's really good. First time seeing them. Had a great time out there dancing and stuff. And tonight, what is today? Today's Friday.
It's Friday.
Yeah. So I don't have any big plans for tonight right now.
It's Friday afternoon. You're gonna act like you on the way home. In a little while, you're gonna act like you're like 18 or 19. You just got your check on Friday.
Oh yeah.
And you're gonna listen to Mother Tell Your Children Not to Walk. That's a Friday afternoon jam.
That's a great Friday.
What's some other Friday afternoon? Jukebox Hero.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I like School's Out Forever. Alice Cooper.
School's out for summer.
Summer. He says forever in the song.
Does he?
School's out forever.
I thought he said summer.
He does, but at the end of one of those lines, he says out forever.
Driving home.
Van Halen.
Or any George Thorogood song is a 5 o'clock on the way home from work Friday afternoon song.
We are in North Carolina, man. Leonard Skinner, Freebird or something like that on the way home.
Man, if it's Friday at Payday, back when Payday like that meant give me something a little more up tempo. Call Me the Breeze or something like that.
I like the Breeze, yeah. I mean, Skinner in general. Skinner's good stuff for the ride home. And you're gonna hate it here. Led Zeppelin, man, letting the lead out 5 o'clock on the way home after you got your paycheck.
Oh, I used to change it immediately. I remember let the lead out at 5 o'clock on the phone.
You hit off with a good one there. You're like, I changed that immediately. Hey,
Just talking about.
David's favorite band is Zeppelin. Everybody.
Man, I did when I was doing comedy stuff years ago, guys. I did it was supposed to be a 5-minute call in with the radio station in Raleigh, and I ended up staying on for like close to an hour, 45 minutes solid, and they played a couple songs in between, but what we talked about, I don't even remember what we were talking about initially, but we started talking about music, and it was a classic rock station, and I shredded Led Zeppelin to pieces. And I don't know how I did it because I didn't write none of this. I wasn't planning on it going there, the conversation going there. But man, I just got on a roll, and they were all laughing, and I was just blowing everybody's mind so much. And the audacity to say some of the things I said about Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Like, and I would, like, even with the FCC, I was pushing the limits on the radio even.
Oh yeah, talking about
the guy that was working on it when we went on break. He's like, dude, these phones are ringing more than when we do giveaways. He's like, people are so mad at you right now. but it was like people were getting mad, but like by the end of it, I had everybody laugh.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know, like I started off like they're garbage, you're stupid if you like I was like really offensive at the beginning, but by that second commercial break and that last segment that I did, I had everybody cracking up. I like I said, that's when I knew I was like, I'm really good at this.
Yeah, you know, that's definitely something that you have some strong feelings.
Well, I have a great radio voice.
You do have a good radio voice. I'll give you that.
And I was blessed with a TV face. Hey, look, do I look like a grandpa, guys? Really? I don't feel like I do. I'm going to play 5 softball games tonight from 6:30 to between 6:30 and midnight. I'll play probably 5 games
tonight. That's what you got going on.
Yeah,
man, is it a tournament?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
So I'll probably play 5 games tonight. So man, I could potentially run around the bases 20 times tonight.
You can't convince me you running around those bases that much. 20 times, man. I'll get a phone call tomorrow if he's got to run 20 times.
Man, I'm not the youngest person out there, and there's people that are maybe not when I was younger, but now that are faster than me. If I'm on first and somebody young that's definitely faster than me says, "Hey, you want me to run for you?" I'll be like, "Go ahead." Because man, sometimes when they hit it in the gap or something, you got to turn jets on.
Yeah.
That'll gas you out. I've done it. I did it twice in one inning earlier this year. From first to home on I hit in the gap to the fence.
I bet you had to catch your breath on that one.
Hey, believe it or not, when I after I come around and scored, and I come around, scored, and the dugout was on the third base side, and all the people that was with us, Tina and my Uncle Jeff might have been sitting there. But I took a couple steps to the left, like towards first base, and was like, but when I turned around, I was wanting to go, damn, he's not even out of breath. But I was having to catch some oxygen. Yeah. The only time I've really got since I started back playing ball, we were doing batting practice one Saturday, and there was like 6 of us out there, and I swung first, I hit first, and then we went through everybody hits like 30 balls, and we went back around, and the second time I hit my balls, I went back out there and I was pitching. And I played in outfield the other time, and I just remember I kept pitching. And it was like I said, we had 30 balls. And I swear I looked down, there was like 6 balls, and I threw like 4 pitches. And I looked down, and there was still 6 balls there. And I was just like, oh my gosh. The team was there. She's like, you don't look good. I was like, I think I had a heart attack a while ago. I was like, I'm all right now. She's like, do you need like a nitro pill or something? I was like, no. I was like, it's over with now. I said, I'm pretty sure back about 5 minutes ago, that was a heart attack I had. I was like, everything got real blurry and stuff around me.
Good.
I walked in, I'd never go outside and pee or like, I walked down in the woods at the park and peed and stuff. Like I had to. And I was like, ooh, man.
Man.
I think I just got dehydrated a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's like, I really pushed it. I was pushing it. And man, in a 10-minute span, I had done 60 swings, 30 of them without, hard swings without taking a break.
Man,
and in a couple minutes,
that'll get you.
And it was the hottest day of the year, probably I've been outside.
Well, today is pretty warm out there, so you better make sure you stay.
It's gonna be getting warm, guys. Stay hydrated this summer.
Stay hydrated. And before we go, make sure everybody give Pete some congratulations, everybody, on Grandpa Pete, a.k.a. Big Daddy. That's what he wants to be called. So, huge congratulations.
Anybody that's watching this, if you have me in your phone, just change it to Big Daddy.
Oh God! And another big shout out to the new parents, Eve and Ty. Yeah. Congratulations, guys.
Eve done very good. I'm super proud of her.
Yeah, that's super awesome. I'm very happy for them.
I have some videos of me meeting the baby for the first time and stuff. I think I'm going over in the morning.
Please cry in the videos.
Why do you want me to cry?
Because you are not a crying person. You are, for people that I know, you're one of the manliest men people. You know, you're a man's man for sure. And just to see some emotion, I already got a little bit of dirt on you, anyways, from some good photos.
You know, and that kind of, like today we were very all over the place with the stuff we talked about, everything from my grandson to Eminem being the best rapper. But I'm not going to go into detail at all, but I really wanted to spend about 20 minutes to talk about Chris's weekend last weekend. But we're not. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, man, what?
New. I'm like,
we'll see how next week goes,
guys,
and see if we're going to bring up
Chris is in the dating world again.
God.
He's lost his touch, and I'm trying to guide him and stuff.
My touch is still there. It's just my game's a little weaker than it was 15 years ago whenever I was last single. So look, here's something I'll ask of everybody. Just hope for me. Hope that I don't have to deal with too much crazy stuff on these dating apps, because there's stuff that I don't even want to talk about that I've seen on there that really disgusted me, and there's so much stuff out there that's just horrible, y'all. So y'all pray for me a little bit or something.
You know what the funny thing about a dating app is?
Well, there's plenty of them.
Well, there's a lot.
Give me one.
No, the funny thing about any of them is,
What's
I don't
that?
care if it's freaking Christian Mingle. Ain't nobody ever made a profile on one of those that wasn't horny. Now, the way and the amount of time that they might take to get there to take care of that need is going to vary from person to person. Absolutely. But let me say that again. Ain't nobody ever made a dating profile that wasn't horny.
You got a point, man. You got a point.
They might have been lonely.
Oh, I'm lonely and just want to be. No. You sitting there at your house by yourself.
They might be lonely. You know who lonely's cousin is? Horny. There's gonna be some good jokes about all the dating stuff that I see. I think we should turn Chris loose on a different date with a different girl every night for like a week straight off of Tinder or something like that.
Oh God, man.
Let's and you come and we'll.
Is that where we gonna find that stripper Crystal for the 15th episode?
That's on you, right? That's on you. Yeah, that's coming up. Not Nick in 2.5 weeks.
Yeah,
it'll be a Monday episode.
Yeah,
the Crystal episode. We had to interview somebody named Crystal. But, all right, guys, it's been super fun. I'm playing ball night, hanging out with my grandson. Going to have a good weekend. It's supposed to rain Sunday. Oh, before you leave, I said Indiana in the under last night, and I won.
Yeah, you won that.
Chris we got to discuss that because I got some money somewhere on that.
Did you win the whole thing?
Yeah.
No,
but man, I really wanted to take Indiana in the money line. It would have paid a lot more than it did, but I did pretty good on it.
Let's see.
Oh, I got those other 3 times when I didn't win. 2 of them I took care of last night. Actually, 2.5 of them. I'm 1 win away from being back in the bottom.
Again, because I don't recall getting an email.
Man,
hold on now. No, it should be. Let me look at my password neither. I put the wrong one in anyways.
I can't sign in from here anyway. Hold on.
Oh. I might not be able to sign in from here. I've tried to gamble. Yeah, there it is right there. Boom, buddy.
I told you.
Fucking good job, dude.
But man, like Indiana, I really wanted to take Indiana without the 10 points. And they won. They won by 1 on a last second shot.
Heck yeah.
But they were getting 10 points, and I just felt really good about that. And the over-under, I felt really good about my play last night. Because I was only going to do it for half of that, and I was like, no, let's do it.
My bad for not sending that over.
No,
I didn't catch an email saying that you won.
The victory.
Heck yeah! So
Let's see.
Pete got a payday.
So if anybody's wanting to place a wager, let me go ahead and look at. They don't play again tonight. They'll play tomorrow night.
Oh, Pete's giving out. This is
I'm
solid.
I'm gonna give you guys a pick.
Solid information here, y'all.
If you live in a legal state or close to a place where there's a sports book,
Skip Bayless, take a listen.
OKC minus 10.5, 227.5.
Pacers and the Thunder. I'd take the under on that.
The Pacers are probably. I mean, the Thunder's probably gonna get up in their butts this game. I would take the Thunder minus 10. Yeah, OKC Thunder minus the 10.5 points. And on the point total, 227.5. They got the 220 last night. That's a really scary. That's almost like a coin flip.
Yeah, that's tough.
I think there'll be more money bet on the over, so I'd say take the under. Take OKC. What I probably really like on that game would be the first half, which is like OKC minus 6 for the first half, just the first half of the game. And the over-under on that would probably be like 113, 114. Take the under in OKC on the first half or the game. That's my call right now.
All right, there we go. You heard
Now,
it. You heard
I
it.
might change my mind on that, but right now that's what I'm saying.
Everybody's gonna be like, Pete, man, I took your advice and didn't win
Oklahoma
nothing.
City's got the MVP, best player, and the game can get out of hand real quick. Indiana's a really good team, but they don't have like that. They're a great team, obviously, they're in the finals, but they don't have a closer. Like last night, that guy that hit the winning shot, he only scored 14 points.
Oh wow!
Like
Damn.
well, they got the Gilchrist Alexander dude is his last name, and Shea Gilchrist Alexander he's MVP.
Okay.
He had like 40 last night.
Wow.
Like, so at the end of the game,
40.
they got the player to get it's
That's
kind
cool, though.
Indiana's kind of by committee, but
Yeah,
both of these teams are 9 deep. They're not just a starting five. They're 4 and 5 players off the bench getting significant minutes.
So they're like the pro version of Duke then, especially back when Coach K was there.
Kind of, yeah, they're solid, really. Okay, I mean they're number 1 defensive team in every defensive team category.
Heck
Stat,
yeah,
everything.
So it's getting close to the finals.
That was the first game of the finals last night.
Okay, so this is all that's left.
Yeah.
All right, so we got tomorrow night.
Yeah,
then.
they'll play tomorrow night.
All right.
It'll either be tomorrow or Sunday. I just looked at the day, but yeah. Sunday. All right, that's the big. They play at 8:00 on ABC, and I really, man, I'm gonna feel terrible if I tell it. Like right now, I like the Thunder minus 10.5. That means they got to win by 11.
Yeah,
they were ahead by 12 until 8 minutes to go in the game last night. It's from the end of the first quarter to 8 minutes to go in the game, but I never really got worried. Let's start some kind of timer. All right, guys. Everybody have a great weekend. Enjoy yourselves. Make sure you tell your loved ones and thank you guys, your loved ones that you care about them. And thank you guys for all the congratulations and stuff. And Pete is a grandpa, even though I look like I'm like 28 years old sitting over here.
Whew. Take care of the mental health. Pete, take care of your mental health too.
All right.
And we'll see you guys next time.
All right. We'll see you guys.